Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a super highly requested video, which is to rank accounting classes. I took 12 core accounting classes when I went to ISU, and so I am going to rank them from 1, which is the easiest, to 12, which is the hardest in my opinion. Again, this is all going to be my opinion, so depending on the teacher, depending on the school, your experience might be completely different, but I just kind of took some time, looked through my old plan of study, which you can see here, and just laid out kind of what I thought were the easiest and hardest classes. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. And again, these classes might vary depending on like what school you go to and stuff, but I just thought I'd go ahead and let you guys know what I thought. So the easiest class that I have taken in accounting was my internship class. Basically, what we did in the internship class was you had to get an accounting internship, and basically all you did was write a paper. You wrote a paper about your experience as an intern, and so that was a super easy class. I was able to get accounting credit, which was awesome, but there really wasn't much into it. You didn't meet, you didn't do anything. Seriously, all you did was go to the internship and then write a paper. The second class that I thought was one of the easier classes was financial accounting. And the reason why I thought it was very easy was because I actually took financial accounting in high school and in college. I took it both times, and so the second time in college it was really a review, but still you are doing very basic type of accounting and financial. The third easiest class that I took was managerial accounting. And again, financial and managerial, those are like the very basic ones that you can take in community colleges, so they're not meant to be very difficult. It's just supposed to kind of tell you or give you like a little taste of what accounting is going to be like. The fourth class that was easy was my Excel class. Believe it or not, my school actually required you to take an Excel class as part of the curriculum for accounting. I guess they had a lot of feedback from different companies saying that the students were not very good in Excel. They couldn't do pivot tables, they couldn't do VLOOKUPs, and a lot of the like more advanced type of Excel functions, and so they made a specific class where all you did was work on Excel and do problems and figure things out in Excel. The class was very informative. I probably learned the most in this class out of everything, and I use Excel every single day, so I feel like that class was probably the most beneficial for me, but it wasn't that hard. As long as you can kind of follow along, you had a book that you could kind of refer to, and so that was definitely a very good class to take, but it wasn't very hard. The next class that I have as one of the easier ones, and now we're kind of getting into the middle ones, was information systems. This was considered an accounting class, and I really don't know why. Honestly, you just kind of learn some of the more technical types of things, not even related to accounting, but more to like IT and IS. And so I wasn't a huge fan of those type of classes. The next one, again, is another class like that. It was accounting information systems. Again, those were more like IT, IS, but it was kind of the part of the curriculum and something you had to do, so yeah. They weren't too hard as long as you kind of just did what you were supposed to do. The next class that I have, which is the 7th class, so now we're kind of getting into the harder ones, was cost and managerial accounting. in this class, it was very similar to managerial accounting. It was just kind of like a step up. And in that class, you do stuff like if you worked for a manufacturing company, how you would account for that. I really never liked those types of classes, to be honest with you. The 8th hardest class was actually auditing. I had a great auditing professor. She was actually the advisor for one of my fraternities, and so although the class was a little bit harder, it was nice because I actually knew the professor pretty well, and so I could go to her and ask questions, and I felt comfortable doing that. The next hardest class was actually federal income tax. Federal income tax is really difficult because you learn a bunch of different ways to do taxes. You learn it for the individual, you learn it for corporations, and you learn it for LLCs and all types of different organizations. So really the hard part about income tax is that there are so many rules and so many if this then do this, if this then do that. So I really enjoyed federal income tax when it came to individuals because I felt like I could relate to it, but for businesses and stuff, it wasn't so interesting. So that was kind of a hard class. The next 2 classes are intermediate accounting 1 and 2. One and then 2. Those classes are really supposed to be weed out classes. I remember when I started taking intermediate 1, my professor said if you don't get a B-C combination in both of these classes, you can't continue on taking accounting classes. You can't be an accounting major. And so these are really hard and difficult classes, but they put a grade on there because, or a grade, requirement, I guess is the right word, because most people do not do very well in those classes. So if you've taken those classes and you have done well, then you are probably going to do well in the program altogether. Intermediate 1 and 2 kind of happened at the same time as auditing and income tax, but I thought those were harder than auditing and income tax, so it's not really, again, this is just kind of listing from easiest to hardest. It's not really in order of how it happened. The last one that I have, which is the 12th class that I took for accounting, was advanced auditing. Advanced auditing was the hardest class in my opinion, and I want to give you a few reasons why. First, I was not very interested in auditing. I took this my last semester in school, and that was the same time that I was actually working part-time at my current job. So I knew at that point that I was not going to do auditing, so really I was not interested in it at all. Also, auditing is very complicated, and so when you get into advanced, it's even more complicated. So out of my entire bachelor's degree, advanced auditing was the only class that I did not get an A in. I actually got a B in advanced auditing, and I think it mainly had to do with the fact that it was really hard, but also because, again, I was working 30 hours a week at my current job. I was doing school full-time, and on top of that, I was driving 2 hours to school every time I had school. So it was definitely a lot during that semester, but again, that class is very hard. So that's kind of my listing. I'll kind of go through them one more time and just list off what they are. So from easiest to hardest, my internship class was the easiest, then financial accounting, managerial accounting, my Excel class, information systems, accounting information systems, cost and management accounting, auditing, federal income tax, intermediate accounting 1, intermediate accounting 2, and advanced auditing. So those are my kind of listings. If you guys have any questions about the classes I took or kind of why I thought specific ones were hard, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to answer your guys' questions. Yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.